Welcome to the Invincible Entrepreneur Facebook group and our live show for the week. We are going to be rocking it out. I am always excited when I have a guest who I'm just like thrilled to have on. I actually had Bobby on just a totally random call, Facebook Live we did a few months ago, but this time you guys are getting to see him on our weekly live show. Bobby Chandiramani is this amazing guy. He helped me with my methodology, my messaging. He helped me in so many ways, and I love being friends with him because he's always offering me just fantastic tips of things that I either wasn't thinking of or I didn't quite know how to implement. So Bobby, this is going to be so much fun to jam out with you for like 20 or 30 minutes and just like get your wisdom and share them with my people. How you doing?
Thank you, man. Good to be here. First of all, great job on pronouncing my last name. You're one of the few people that didn't destroy it. So
I've practiced it because I hate it when people butcher my name. And I figure, there's a way to pronounce names, people.
Yes.
You just have to listen or ask somebody.
And I was like, oh my gosh, he sounds Indian when he pronounces it. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So important. Yes. These, and I feel like that's a great way to connect with people too, right? Like if you can pronounce their name right, they also remember you. Because the people who get my name right, I'm like, cool. But when people are like butchering it, and it's like, okay, well, all right.
Exactly.
Oh man. So we're gonna jam out today about some of your expertise and some things that you are really good at. Like I said, you help people with figuring out getting their core methodology. You help people with messaging. I don't know, where do you want to talk about that? You want to go somewhere else? Where do you want to go today? Because you've always got so much to share.
Well, thank you, Damien. Basically, what I do is I help entrepreneurs take their services from a nice to have to an absolute must. And I see so many service-based entrepreneurs, they're so concerned about their message, and they're so concerned about their Facebook ads, and they're so concerned about their strategy, but they spend such little time really understanding what makes them unique and different and what I teach, hyper relevant to their audience. And until you start to do that, you can tweak your ads, you can tweak the funnel strategy, you could tweak your launch strategy, but you're never going to be able to get the results that you're truly capable of in sales. You're never going to be able to attract your most aligned clients until you do the work around this idea of positioning. And that's one of the things that I'd love to share with your audience today, and the importance of positioning and how you can leverage positioning to really start to attract your dream clients.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, so I want to hear about this, and I want to go deeper, but already got a question for you about this. So how do you work with people then if, for example, because I hear you're talking about positioning, and I know that you've helped me, you've helped other people to differentiate ourselves from what else is out there, because, kind of like that saying, I forget who, a lot of people are saying things these days about like becoming a category of one, right? Yes. Becoming like this, so that's becoming, and it's true. And I think that's doable for many people, if not everyone. But here's a question I have is like, what if someone is like, not like they're not really clear? It's like, they know they have something that's good, but they don't necessarily know how to differentiate themselves yet. Any thoughts on that as far as helping?
Totally. Like so many entrepreneurs are stuck trying to say the right things to attract the right customers, right? And they're trying to figure out what's in the customer's mind and how do I talk about what I do in a way that's appealing to them, which is important to do. But until you really do the work around this idea of like understanding this differentiation element, right? Because people aren't going to pay attention to you if it sounds like something they've already heard, and if it sounds like something that they're not really listening to or looking for at this moment in time, right? When you came to me, you were probably looking for somebody that could really help you shape who you are in the marketplace, and then communicate that value in a way that instantly attracts your most aligned, most profitable clients. And so like you were currently searching for a solution, or you were at that point in your life where you were looking for a solution. And like on a subconscious level, you know, Forbes magazine says your brain is already exposed to over 10,000 marketing messages a day. So there were people marketing to you, whether you were conscious of it or not, about messaging, about positioning, about growing your sales, about doing better launches. But something about my message stood out to you as being like, wow, this is something that like I need to look more into, right? It's like in advertising, we say it's the attention part, like attention, interest, desire, and action. That's what clients have to go through before they take action and invest with you, right? You can't have them take action if you haven't first gotten their attention, right? So this first idea about differentiating your services, how does someone start to evaluate what makes them different? It's very difficult to do. It's like trying to read a label from inside the bottle, right? It's why so many entrepreneurs struggle to do this on their own. And you know, they always say like the cobbler's shoes are like the most dirty because he's so busy helping everybody else, right? And it's like you almost need that objective perspective, really digging deep. Like, you know, like when you and I worked together, one of the coolest things was really diving deep into who Damien is. What is Damien about? What makes Damien so special and unique? And sometimes when you first started, and when you and I first started, it was very surface, right? And we started going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And we started to recognize these, like what I call diamonds in your story, diamonds in your path that you weren't even speaking about, right? Like I remember like you've been in the personal development coaching space for over 30 years. Like that is significant. Like that's super significant. You took one of the world's most recognized personal development programs and you were able to grow it like something like 30% in a very short period of time, which is
30x actually. Yeah.
What was it?
30,
no,
30x.
30 times. Yeah. 30 times.
30x.
Yeah. Which is even more insane, right?
Yeah.
So we started to find these golden nuggets about who Damien is. What is Damien about? What makes Damien unique? Relevant to how he creates his services, right? So Damien likes doing kite surfing on Tuesday afternoon. That's not really relevant to what he's doing and what he's teaching. Maybe you could tie it in because Damien teaches you how to have an exceptional life with abundance and having free time to go do what you want. That's how I would probably tie that in. But things that are not relevant, you don't really want to look at when it comes to understanding what makes you different, unique, and what I call hyper relevant. So many entrepreneurs, they're selling themselves and their services short because they're trying to talk about things that they think their customers want instead of really doing that introspective work and really having that time and to go deep and really say, okay, you know what? Like you're saying you've been successful, but you're not being specific about how you've been successful. And actually, when you really start to look at the results of your success, you really can start to differentiate yourself from all the other mindset coaches on the planet. So that's like an example of like how we were able to do that for you. Like that's like one of the 12 things that we teach, and you know, really understanding how to differentiate yourself in the marketplace is really looking at your credibility, but not from a surface level, but going super deep. And how is that relevant? Tying that, how is that relevant to what the clients are really looking for? How is that aligned with the services that you offer that's going to create transformation for your clients?
Yeah. So the process that you took me through, for example, I mean, do you tend to do that same basic process with everybody? I mean, do you take like every person you take through, you go into like, what's this person really all about? Right. And that's a lot of what we did. I mean, is that a standard thing that you found works for you, works for the clients? Can you say a little more, anything else Absolutely. You want to say about that?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we're jumping to this, but I have an entire methodology that I created called Position for Profit. We actually have a training coming up, which I'm going to invite you guys to at the end as well. But it's a step-by-step methodology that teaches service-based entrepreneurs with good services. Now, I can't teach you how to be better at what you do. You have to come to the table with skills and expertise that I will help you then differentiate in the marketplace and elevate to a category of one. But Position for Profit teaches service-based entrepreneurs how to position themselves in the marketplace in a way that instantly attracts your most aligned, most profitable clients. And we have a workshop coming up that I'll tell you guys about as we wrap. And it's transformational. We've taken over 4,000 service-based entrepreneurs through this program, and the results have just been transformational.
Yeah, man, that's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, I mean, everything that you do just seems like it's so potent. Like, I know I keep thinking about like what you helped me with, and we dug into sort of where have I been? What am I good at? What have I done? And it's funny because it shifted. I mean, just to give the example for people listening, like I was trying to, in my messaging and the way what I was trying to tell people that I delivered for them, I was sort of blending what I was really good at with things that I'm just kind of pretty good at, right? Like I was trying to describe, I can help you with, with all this kind of businessy kind of stuff, right? And yet really my strength is self-transformation, it's mindset, it's helping people to reset their vibration, reprogram their mind, and then really those two steps. And it's kind of interesting how you helped me kind of nail those as like the first two, because then I help people to like reactivate and take this inspired action, right? And then reinforce it. And so we came up with this 4-step methodology that was really powerful. And that is so much more aligned with everything, who I am, like you said, 27 years of teaching and coaching that I've been doing. But I was trying to be like other people. So
yes.
That was, and it's so interesting to me because so many people are trying to be like someone else.
Yes.
And it's just, it doesn't work very well.
Well, I mean, yeah, and for those of people that it works for, it's literally scratching the surface of what you're truly capable of. You look at a guy like Damien, and he's not alone in this. There's so many, like literally most entrepreneurs that first start coming to work with me, they're like, okay, here's my offer. I'm offering all these things. And when you really come down to why are you offering these things, they're like, well, my customers are telling me that this is what they're looking for, right? Well, if I go like, just because they're looking for it doesn't mean you're the expert that needs to be providing it. And so what ends up happening, let's like fast forward Damien's, like if hadn't he come to work with me and he kept offering things that the clients wanted help with, guess what? Damien's doing things outside of his expertise, what I call your zone of brilliance. Now Damien's doing subpar work. And so let's say he's like a level 10 at like mindset reset for financial like abundance. Like he's a level 10, right? But clients are asking, how do I create this website? And maybe he's like a 2 at that, right? Now the client, he's taking on website projects and the clients are like, this isn't that good. And it starts to tarnish his level 10 mindset stuff, right? And Damien's just taking it on because the client said, do you do this? Can you offer this? I'm looking for this. And Damien's like, I've got the relationship. I kind of know how that works. But he's doing work that's outside of his expertise. He's doing subpar work. It tarnishes who Damien is in the marketplace. And I say, like, let's go all in on what truly makes Damien super Damien, right? Like, let's go all in on his superpowers. And being able to identify that first is what really allows us to separate ourselves in a category. A lot of people talk about, oh, let's elevate you to a category 1. But that's like, you could have a category of 1 of services that no one wants. Right? So yeah. It's not just about elevating yourself to a category of 1. It's about taking what makes you truly special, magical, unique, and matching that with a real need in the marketplace. And then really understanding how to position you as that expert that people need to seek out. And then when you do the work with them, you're doing it at a level 10. And now you're getting referrals, you're getting recommendations, you're growing your business, you're thriving, and you're developing a model of success, and you're literally wiping out your competition. Like you are no longer being compared to alternatives because you are doing your best work with your most aligned clients.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. That's definitely something that you're incredibly good at. And I love seeing you work it. And even some people I've referred to you have been like, wow, this has been really helpful. It's really good. So what else would you want to tell us about as far as maybe what you could talk about more about positioning, or if you want to just dive in a little more about like what you're going to be teaching people? Because are you doing what, like you used to do pretty big launches, but what are you even doing these days? Is it shorter? Is it long workshop, or what's that looking like?
Yeah. So basically, and I'll post the itinerary down, but we talk about how to really elevate your services to attract your most profitable clients. We talk about accelerating demand for your services. We talk about who is who do you need to be to show up as the type of expert authority that your clients feel confident in investing in. We talk about how to make your services a real match a real need in the marketplace. And we also talk about we start with really understanding what I call your zone of brilliance. What is it that makes you truly unique, truly hyper relevant to the types of clients we want to attract, right? And it's a deep exercise. Like all the stuff that we do, I deliver these programs, and like Position for Profit right now is a 5-day program, and it's a deep dive into really understanding what is required to reposition your services to start to attract your most profitable clients, and do it in its most effective way, right? With the least amount of effort. So many entrepreneurs, they're putting themselves out there, they're creating content, they're talking about this, they're talking about that. But I teach my entrepreneurs is once we understand your zone of brilliance, and once we understand what I call what makes you truly unique and what I call your big idea, start speaking about that and only that to your most aligned clients, and you literally could do 10 times the business with 10 times the less effort, right? So it's like our 1/10 of the effort, right? So it's like right now, the way we do it is we do Position for Profit as a 5-day free training. And then we have like a 6-month deep dive program where actually we take entrepreneurs through this process of, okay, let's develop an offer that's designed to sell. Let's take your zone of brilliance to really understand who is your diamond clients, which I think are the only clients that you should be selling to. And then we teach them how to actually communicate it in a really effective way. And then we teach them enrollment conversations. But we also do these really cool, for higher level entrepreneurs that are already launching their business. We do half days and full day VIP sessions where we just go deep, and we're able to knock that out in a 3-hour session or a 6-hour session, 2 3-hour sessions. Really help them understand how to reposition their services in a way that their clients, when they start to speak, their clients are starting to listen to you, and they're starting to say, wow, this is different. This is exciting. This is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what's been missing. And we teach you how to really start to communicate what I call your big idea. What is it that Damien talks about to the market in a way that creates a shift in their listeners to really start to pay attention only to Damien, because they're like, oh my gosh, Damien, this is exactly what's been missing. And now I truly understand. For you, right?
Yeah.
You talk about this idea of tell us your steps and your methodology that we created.
Well, I wanted to say something in response to what you were saying, though, because one of the things, this is exactly one of the things you helped me with that I so appreciate, is the diamond client, right? Which people also call your ideal customer avatar, blah, all the kind of stuff. But the thing that I appreciated about having someone walk me through this process, which is different than a generic, create your ideal customer avatar by doing,
Call Susan.
Yeah. Right. These real, and not to say, there's some people who teach real generic versions, and it's fine. It gets people started. I get that. But you dialed in, or okay, this makes sense for X, Y, and Z. And one of the things that we dialed in that I am now phasing into is working with really 6-figure entrepreneurs, and multiple 6-figure entrepreneurs, where before I've worked with some of those, but I had been also working with people who were brand new to business or who were just starting their business. And not to say that I can't help those people. It's just that the people who I can help the most are people who've hit the 6 to 100,000 to maybe even all the way up to $700,000 or $800,000 mark, which I'm working with some of those people now, because they're ready for what I have to offer. right? They're people who they really need to dial in that mindset. They need to be able to reset their frequency, their wealth frequency, their vibration, because they've been trying, they're doing so many things and making it so hard because they don't know how to relax in what they're doing and chill out and be able to get really aligned within themselves, right? So you helping me even make that shift where before I was still kind of like, I'm gonna really try to like cater to some of these people who are, newer, and it wasn't really working for me. It was, I mean, It was working some for them, but not as well as someone who loves to do, that stuff. So yeah, dialing in, and as I continue to dial in that diamond client and working with these six-figure and multiple six-figure entrepreneurs to help them get to break through that seven-figure mark, it's like, even just in the fact that I love that aspirational, most people don't ever come close to that. So working with people on that invincible mindset and that really powerful mindset to be able to reprogram their minds for wealth, abundance, in their business. And of course that carries through in everything they're doing. It carries through to their family, their relationships, their health, and all that stuff. It just like really, charges them up. So yeah, I love that you help me sort of like say, okay, we can let this go. It's okay to let go of these other people I've been working with, and let's get really focused on these people who want and need what I have to offer, and they can afford it, and they can actually do something with it, which is like, for as a coach, so refreshing to work with people who are going to implement quickly, what I'm teaching them.
Yeah, it's so important. And you said so many amazing things in what you just said, is that, like, when you first started, you were, and it's the same kind of thing. It's all about specificity, right? Like in the beginning, you were like, oh, I could take that on, I can take on this, I can take on this. And you actually start creating a really weak offer that's really designed to give you a weak reputation in the industry, right? Same kind of thing. Like when you're not specific about who you want to work with, and it's so much more than six-figure and seven-figure entrepreneurs. It's six and seven-figure entrepreneurs that realize that their mindset is the thing that's holding them back. And they're currently seeking solutions to create breakthroughs in their mindset so they could create breakthroughs in their income, right? And so those start to become the people that we start to focus on for Damien, right? And once we understand, how do we even arrive at that until we understand who Damien is, until we understand what the market wish they had, and until we really start to understand these steps in this methodology, we can never really arrive at that specificity around who it is we feel called to work with. And then once we're there, though, once we've done the work and once we've dialed that in, now we know to only put our message in front of those diamond clients, and we're start to actually do more with less effort. We start to laser in, okay, these are the only people I should be speaking to with this new message that Bobby helped me with. And now I'm getting the right message in front of the right clients at the right time with a very specific solution that's designed to create massive transformation for them, and that's designed to literally elevate my reputation and truly create a category of one for me. And that's what we teach our entrepreneurs to do, is like, really getting specific around what makes us unique, and how is that specifically hyper relevant to a very specific audience, and how does that specifically solve a specific problem. And it's like, we go deep into really dialing all this in, and then the results are just insane. Like you start to attract clients that you never thought possible in as little effort, less effort than you've ever applied, right? It's doing more with less effort because you're so much more focused, you're so much more specific, you're so much more hyper relevant, and you're able to close more sales, and you're able to, and when you've really done the work around your messaging, and that's what we teach later in our next level system, is really creating what I call ROI driven messaging. How do you communicate the true value of what you do in a clear, succinct, powerful, disruptive way, where your most important clients, your diamond clients, can really start to hear, and it starts to resonate with their heart, and they're just like, yes, Damien's the person for me. And then literally, like, they're not even considering anybody else, because you've really learned how to communicate the true value of your services in a way that literally wipes out any alternative available. And that's one of the fun things that I love working with high level entrepreneurs like Damien, who's created so much success in his life is really just kind of repackaging, repositioning who he is, and then giving him that conversational language to bring to the marketplace to a very specific audience in a very specific way, where he's now more powerful at communicating what he does, more succinct, to where he gets on a podcast, right? And he's like, hey, everybody, we've got a great guest, Damien. Damien, tell us a little bit about what you do. And we teach him how to talk about what he does in a way that's just like mind blowing to his audience. And then now he could take that unique messaging and drop it into his marketing, drop it into everything that he's doing to promote himself. And he just has better results, even into his pitches, which we've been able to work with him on as well.
Yeah, man. So good. Okay. We got just a few minutes left before we want to wrap up here, but I do want to say something to anybody listening, that in addition to the position for profit, well, I know so you're doing the position for profit workshop soon. And I know that you have a 6-month program that you do, but I do want to let people know that if they want to go faster, then I recommend doing some VIP days with Bobby, because you can do it a lot of different ways. Sometimes for me, sometimes I like to learn things and just kind of master it slowly. Sometimes that's really good for me. Slowly is relative. I mean, 6 months to a year is a lot faster than 10 years. But if you want to really jump in, I do recommend also checking out Bobby's VIP days, because in 2 3-hour days or whatever we did, we really covered a lot of ground. A lot. I mean, so that is something I just want to reiterate. So if you want speed, do that. If you want, if you want to go the other route, he's going to show you that in his in position for profit and what he does from that. But anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to talk about as far as the workshop? What else, any things to kind of wrap up here?
I feel like if you're a service-based entrepreneur and you have this burning desire to help more and serve more, you owe it to yourself to really invest in tools and strategies that are designed to allow you to make a bigger impact, that are allow you to really make a bigger difference with less effort. I don't believe that if you want to attract more business and more customers, that you have to be a slave to your job. Right? So many entrepreneurs are so overworked, so overwhelmed, so confused about all these different things that they have to be doing all at the same time. And they just need more focus on the right strategies. And one of the things that I love working with my clients with are really having them hone in on the most important strategies that are designed to actually make a biggest difference for their impact, their sales, and their lifestyle. And I just pulled up the itinerary for each day, and I'll just share with you like what we're going to be teaching. The first day is really about cultivating, and this is for the upcoming workshop that we're going to be offering at no charge for Damien's audience. The first one is cultivating your expert authority, right? How do we really start to position who we are in the marketplace in a way that's really important and establishes us as the expert? The second day is really about accelerating demand for your services. The third day is about elevating your offer to attract your highest ticket clients. So you're actually doing less and making so much more and attracting a much more committed buyer. And then the last day is really about claiming your expert authority by shifting into the type of expert that your prospects feel confident investing in, right? Who is it that you have to be in order to show up to the marketplace in a way that a stranger who clicked on an ad will see you as someone that they feel confident investing in. So absolutely. So we do that workshop. It's a 5-day workshop. It's coming up right around the corner. We'll post the link below to get you guys a free ticket to that. And if you're an entrepreneur and if you're looking to really start to dial this in, like Damien said, more quickly, like you just want to work with a coach that's going to actually walk you through this entire process, we could do like 6 months worth of work in like 2 days. It's phenomenal. And it's all recorded, so you could go back and listen to it and take notes. But I only recommend that to people who are already like have a product that they're already launching and they just want to be more effective at presenting it, pitching it, and really speaking about it in a way that truly communicates the value of what they do and literally like eliminates all the alternatives in the marketplace. So when you do speak and you start to communicate your value, it's really understood to your most important clients and allows you to attract more aligned, more committed clients that you enjoy working with. I don't think that any entrepreneur should ever take on a client that is not committed to their own results. That's what I'll leave you with. And when you learn the system, you only attract your most committed, most aligned clients.
Oh man, so awesome. So awesome. Very good stuff, man. This has been a blast. It's always fun to
Yes.
jam out with you. It's always
Thank you,
fun to,
Damien.
yeah. And you can after this, can you drop the link to that
Yes.
onto the comments? That way people can make sure they can check out Position for Profit. And I really recommend, just again, everybody, if you any of the things that Bobby said, if they resonate with you, if you want to achieve your all this stuff faster and easier, and be able to get that messaging dialed in, your positioning, to get your differentiation, which again, he really takes it in ways that are, I think everybody's heard him speaking it, like it's different, and it's much more clear than all these generic kind of things that are out there. It's just like, it's so, he really dives into helping you figure out what you're all about. So definitely, hey, for free to get 5 days with Bobby, I mean, do it, right? Don't even hesitate. Just go check it out, learn from him, and then, work with him, because
Thank you, Damien.
it's gonna turn your business around for sure. For sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and happy to be serving your community. You're such a cool dude, and so excited about all your success you're experiencing now too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you for all the help. And guys, this has been fun. We'll be back next week with another show and some other amazing insights to help you with your business. Until then, be invincible.